Jenna, guess what?
Hi, Mom. What's up?
You know Mrs. Smith who lives in my neighborhood? I heard she started her own restaurant. Can you believe it? Every time I see that woman, she's in the same clothes. I think those are the only clothes she owns. How could someone too poor to buy new clothes have the money to open a restaurant? Something doesn't add up. I bet she was doing something illegal to get that money.
I don't think it's that unbelievable. She's been saying how she wanted to open a restaurant for years. She always cooked for the neighborhood when we had block parties. Me and Evan actually bought some flowers for her to put in the restaurant.
You did? Why would you do that? What a waste of money.
You think so?
That place is going to close down within a month. There's no use wasting money on flowers for a failing business. You should think first before you spend your money.
I think it was a good enough reason. She made her dream come true.
Oh, you're so naive. You need to step out of your little fantasy world and see things for how they really are. Do you know how many people thought the same thing as her? Restaurants are almost guaranteed to fail. Unless she's a genius at business management, which I highly doubt. I mean, she can't even dress herself. How's she going to keep a restaurant open? The people in this world who are successful have a grasp on reality. Just because her dream came true doesn't mean anything.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that.
Of course you don't. I've always hated that about you. You still think like a child. You think the world is all flowers and gumdrops.
Why would you think that?
Because it's true. I heard from Evan you still think you're going to become a baker one day. Is that why you're still working at that shabby old bakery?
Yeah, it's been my dream since I was young.
Oh, there it is. You're obsessed with dreams. You probably told yourself, when I grow up, I'm going to be a big famous baker and make bread for everyone in the world, right? Honestly, what planet are you living on? You're a grown adult now. Give it up. It's embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing to have something you want to accomplish?
Because you live in the real world. People who chase their dreams are idiots. You should take notes from Evan. He wanted to be an astronaut when he was younger. But he quickly realized that was impossible. So now he works at a bank like a responsible adult. Step out of this fairy tale you're living in. The world doesn't need more people out of touch with reality. I'm so proud my little boy wised up and got a real job instead of chasing some stupid dream. I brag about him to all my friends.
Yeah, Evan is a real hard worker. You have every right to think so highly of him. He's a great husband, and I'm sure he makes you proud. But we're talking about two different things here.
No, we aren't. Your lack of awareness is a severe problem. Here's a dose of the real world. You're a black spot on this family.
What?
I really pushed Evan to try and get married to someone better. Oh, like that sweet girl Maria from down the street. She works at the bank with him, you know.
Yeah, I know her. We've had her over for dinner before.
She's gorgeous and smart. Oh, she's the perfect woman for my little Evan to call his wife.
You agreed to our marriage, didn't you? You've never said anything like this to either of us before.
I had no choice. Evan told me never to say anything about it to you. You two got reunited at your class reunion, right? I thought for sure your relationship would be dead within a few months.
So you consented to our marriage because you thought it was going to end eventually?
Oh, of course I did. Do you even know the divorce rates in this country? I figured I'd let Evan have his fun with his little former classmate. I assumed he'd get bored with you quickly and toss you aside.
I can't believe this. Do you realize how horrible what you're saying is?
I'm just brutally honest. I'm telling you for your own good. You better find someone before your marriage fizzles out. I mean, you're too focused on making bread or whatever, so I doubt you'll ever find someone as perfect as Evan.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. I have to go to work now.
Sure. Have fun working at that musty old bakery. Hope you don't get any flour in your eyes.
Jenna, are you okay? I just heard from Sam that you got into an accident.
Sorry, Evan. You're still at work, right? Oh, sorry for bothering you with this while you're working.
Don't worry about me. I'm on my way home right now. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. No major injuries. But
But?
I have a huge gash on my face.
You do?
Yeah. It took 15 stitches to close it up. I'm gonna look like a supervillain when it heals.
I'm glad you can laugh about it. But nothing life-threatening, right?
No, I'm gonna be fine.
Okay, I was so scared. I'll probably get to the hospital in about 2 hours. I think I'll be able to get there during visitation hours.
Thank you. I really want to see you.
I forgot to mention, my mom's coming with me. She said she wants to come visit you too.
What? She said that.
Yeah, she said she's worried about you. I'm gonna pick her up on the way.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything you want me to get you?
No, I'm fine. Thanks, though.
Try and get some more rest if you can. I'll see you in a little while.
Hey, Mom. Thanks for coming to visit me today. Is everything okay, though? You left pretty quickly.
Oh, could you blame me? Your face is totally mangled. Oh.
What?
Sorry I left so soon. I thought I was gonna pee my pants from laughing so hard.
Are you serious?
You looked like a total freak. I'm gonna call you Frankenstein from now on. The only redeeming quality about you was your face, but that's obviously no longer true. Oh, how awful.
What's your problem? How could you say that? I don't feel ashamed at all about what happened to me, or how I look.
Sure, tell yourself whatever helps you sleep at night. Oh, I bet you're still in shock. You haven't fully accepted that it looks like you're wearing a Halloween mask.
You don't need to insult me. I know you hate me. You've made that very clear to me many times. No matter how much you belittle me, I'm not going to divorce Evan. Please get that thought out of your head.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you think. I wonder what Evan thinks about his new homely wife.
He said he loves me, and he's here for me.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that. Didn't you see the look on his face when he saw you? Oh, it's only a matter of time before he kicks you to the curb.
I don't think so.
It's a fact. He was speechless when he saw you. Right when he saw you, he knew you two were done. Who would want to be married to someone who looks like they have a zipper on their face? All right. I'm done having my fun. This is the perfect opportunity for you to get a grip on reality. Give up on trying to stay married to Evan. Let him go. He needs to find someone beautiful with a good job. Someone like Maria.
Absolutely not. I'm not agreeing to a divorce no matter what you say.
You're feisty, aren't you? I get it. You're hanging on for dear life, because you know no one else is going to want you. I don't care about that, though. I want you gone by the end of the month. If not for anything else, I just really don't want to see that disfigured face of yours.
Shut your wretched mouth, you pathetic excuse for a human being.
Excuse me?
You're a complete and utter disgrace. Is that how you treat Jenna when I'm not around?
Evan?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my god. How? Aren't you home already? We both left at the same time.
There was something I forgot to tell Jenna, so I went back up to her room. I found her crying her eyes out. When I asked her what happened, she showed me her phone. She just went through a tragic accident, and that's how you speak to her? Don't you have a conscience?
I couldn't help it. You know, I've always been brutally honest. Evan, listen to me. You could do much better than her, especially now after her accident.
What?
You're the perfect man. You're handsome, smart, you have a great job. Jenna is so far beneath you. I mean, she didn't even go to college.
No, she didn't. She went to culinary school instead. And now she's apprenticing with a really well-known baker. What's the problem?
You can get any woman on the planet. Why would you stick with her? Maria, for example.
Maria?
I've always said you two would make a great couple. She seems like she'd be a much better wife than Jenna.
Wow. You were serious about that?
Of course I was. Maria's perfect for you. She's beautiful and she has a great career.
She works at a bank like I do. It's not that special.
Yes, it is. You've got to be really intelligent to work at a bank. You, of all people, should know that. I actually just had a great idea.
Oh, great. What is it?
I'm gonna open up a nail salon.
What? You're going to open a nail salon.
It's an awesome idea, right?
You have none of the qualifications to open, let alone run, a nail salon. There's no way you can open if you don't have the right licenses or certifications.
I'll do all of that. But do you have any idea how much the startup costs are? Oh, it's in the hundreds of thousands. So, I was thinking, I could take out a loan from the bank you and your future new wife work at.
Is that right? You have absolutely no experience running a business, or as a person who's worked at a nail salon in the past. There's no way any bank would give you a loan.
Well, that's where you come in. If you and Maria are in charge of giving me a loan, it'd be no problem. I'll be up and running in no time.
You're out of your mind.
I'll be the talk of the town. Everyone loves me as it is, so I know they'll all come in and get their nails done. Oh, and I'll even call that ratty old woman Mrs. Smith in. Oh, Lord knows she needs all the help she can to look presentable. Although, it would take a miracle for that woman to look good. It's more for me to show her what a successful business looks like.
What are you even talking about?
What do you mean?
None of that is going to happen. You can't just use people to get what you want. That includes me and Maria. I don't know what's more insane, saying you're going to start a nail salon with absolutely no qualifications, or thinking I'm going to get remarried to my coworker.
There's no way Maria would say no to you. Don't be so modest. She's already, what, 35? She knows the clock is ticking.
I've been biting my tongue out of respect for you, but enough is enough. You're a horrible person, through and through. Do you even have a soul? You abuse and use the people around you for your own personal gain.
I haven't said anything that wasn't true. Don't try and pretend like you still love that hideous wife of yours. You don't have to hide how you feel for Mommy.
She's not hideous at all. I love her no matter how she looks.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that. I guess you're living in the same fantasy world as Jenna. You leave me no choice but to talk about this with Maria directly. Her mother and I are pretty close, you know. Once I talk with Maria and her mother, I'm sure they'll see things my way.
Go right ahead. Talk to Maria if you're so confident that she'll listen to you. Or I could just hand her the phone. She's standing right next to me.
She is?
I'm not sure it would be a good idea, though. She's disgusted with how you've been talking about other people. Especially to the person who saved her son's life.
She has a son? But she lives alone. And who saved her son's life?
Yeah, she got divorced a while ago. She has a son who lives with his father. Today, he came over to her house to see her. Jenna ran into her and her son at the park today. While they were talking, her son ran out into the street and nearly got hit by a car. Jenna ran out in the street and pushed him out of the way. That's how she got hurt. She was actually at the hospital when we were here, but she stepped out for a little bit. You left before you could see her.
Hang on a second. Does that mean?
Yeah, she's read everything you said. She saw everything you said about how her clock is ticking and your insane plan for us to get married. She said, I have no plans of getting remarried, let alone to steal someone else's husband. I would never do something so horrible.
No, this is just a big misunderstanding. I didn't mean it that way.
You're a little too late to take back what you said. You said it yourself, right? You're brutally honest? Do whatever you want with your salon. I don't want any part of it.
But I'll need your help. Oh, you know I was just joking, right? If you or Maria don't help me, how am I going to make my dream come true? I've already told all of my friends I'm going to open next year.
You haven't started doing anything, but you're already telling people when you're opening? It's pretty stupid if you ask me. If this is your dream, do whatever you have to make it true. Don't rely on other people to make it come true for you. Like I said, I want nothing to do with this.
But Evan... I know. Just give the phone back to Jenna. I need to speak with her. It's Jenna. Jenna, please. You gotta help me convince Evan to change his mind. Change his mind? About what? Oh yeah, that's right. You mean change his mind about divorcing me so he can marry Maria and they can both give you a sketchy loan so you can open a nail salon? Did I get that right? Yes, please. He's not listening to me. You have a dream too, don't you? You should know more than anyone how important it is to make your dreams come true. If you really believe that, you'll help me get Evan to give me the money I need. That's right. I do have a dream. A dream that you called stupid and a waste of time. I very clearly remember you saying people who chase their dreams are idiots. So what does that make you? I was just, You're the biggest hypocrite I've ever met. You insult me and call me stupid for having a dream. Then you whine and complain when you can't manipulate people to make yours work? Not to mention, you only want this salon for the popularity and to rub it in Mrs. Smith's face. You have no idea what you're talking about. Sure, you may think my face is hideous, but you're hideous on the inside, and that's much worse. I'm not embarrassed about the way I look at all. I'm a strong, confident person. I'm not going to let this bring me down. The only thing I've ever been embarrassed about is having a mother-in-law that is spiteful and who looks down on others. I'm so thankful that Evan has decided to cut all ties with you. I don't need a soulless person like you in my life. What do you mean, cut ties? Oh, he wouldn't really do that, would he? Why don't we all take a deep breath and talk about this once we've calmed down? It's late. I'm sure you're exhausted from your horrific accident. Let's wait a few days, and then we can all sit down and talk it out like a family. I'll tell you all about my plans for my salon. Hang on a sec. Didn't you say you hated people who go on and on about their dreams? I couldn't care less about your empty dream. Maybe you should get a grip with reality. You're not a child anymore. And you haven't been for a very long time.
Hey, honey, are you still awake?
Yep. What's up?
Sorry, I bet you were probably just about to fall asleep.
Actually, I'm just tossing and turning. I'm watching YouTube right now. Man, it felt so good telling your mom off today.
I'm so sorry about the way she treated you. Why didn't you say anything sooner?
Don't worry about that. I didn't want to bother you with it, so I just took it. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I was too reckless, and now I'm gonna have a huge scar on my face because of it. I'll wear a mask when we go out so people don't have to see you with me.
You saved someone's life. If anything, I'm more in love with you than I ever imagined.
Thank you. I love you too.
I wish I could have told my mom off right to her face. I just drove to her house to scream at her, but ended up just sitting in my car and then going home.
Why? What happened?
Promise you won't laugh at me. I pulled up to her house and sat for a second to think about exactly what I was going to say to her. But all I could think about was you. You worked so hard to make your dream come true. You saved a little boy's life, and you're such a loving wife. I got really emotional. After that, I didn't have the energy to go and tell her off.
Really? You got emotional. You didn't even cry on our wedding day.
I know. I just realized I really do have the best wife in the world. Which makes me hate my mother even more for the way she treated you.
It's fine. I'm a tough chick. I can handle it. I'm so happy that you're my husband. I was afraid maybe you'd actually listen to your mom and leave me.
Absolutely not. I've loved you every day since I first saw you in middle school. Nothing's gonna change that.
I'm blushing.
It's true. It really was love at first sight. By the way, we have more than enough saved up. Don't you think it's time?
Time for what?
I remember you said you're ready to be on your own.
What are you talking about?
I found a place near the beach for pretty cheap. We just have to do a little work on the interior, but it looks really good. The rent is super cheap, and the location is awesome. You've always said you wanted to open a bakery you could see the ocean from, didn't you?
What? Are you serious? How long have you been looking for places? But by the beach? We live in the city. The nearest beach is like 3 hours away. If I opened up my own bakery, you'd have to quit your job.
I know. I'm totally fine with that. That was never my long-term career plan anyway. I just took that job because the salary was crazy good. I wanted to make money fast and get out. What's more important is turning your dream into a reality.
Are you sure? Like really, really sure?
I always thought it was so cool that you wanted your own bakery. Ever since you told me all those years ago. I loved that you still had that same dream when I met you at the class reunion. I've worked so hard to help you make it possible. You're an amazing person, Jenna. I love you.
Oh my god, I'm legit crying right now. Oh, thank you so much. I won't let you down.
I know you won't. It's not just your dream anymore. It's our dream.
A few months later, Evan and I moved into our new house so I could open my bakery. I thought for sure it would be a slow start. But thanks to Evan's help, things have been going better than I could have ever imagined. We can't keep anything on the shelves because it's all selling so quickly. Speaking of happy news, Maria and her husband came all the way out here to see us. They told us after talking everything over, they decided to try and make things work between them, mostly for their son. And then there's Evan's mother. She went around to all her friends, running her mouth about the salon she's planning on opening. She actually did start studying to get the minimum qualifications, but she was laughed out of the bank when she went in for a loan. To make matters worse, it wasn't just her failed attempt at a salon that people heard about. Word got around about how horribly she treated me, and her insane plans for her son. It's probably a good thing her plans for a salon came to a screeching halt, because I don't think anyone would have come after learning what kind of person she really is. Evan and I were actually thinking about going to see her after things calm down for us. Neither of us are in a rush, though. The cut on my face healed pretty well. There's still a pretty big scar. I catch people looking at it sometimes. I get it. It's not every day people see a girl with a huge scar across her face. To be honest, though, I'm way too busy now to stop and think about it. Either way, I'm not going to let it bring me down. Plus, Evan always tells me, every hero has a scar.